Anyone out there just want to sit and have a good old chit chat with me? Let's spill some tea. Friends, hello! Welcome back to Amethyst Craftworks. I'm Samantha, and hello, how are you? I hope you're doing good today. I'm doing pretty darn good, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm having a pretty good day today. I've had a busy, week and a half-ish here. And I wanted to use this video today as kind of like a chit chat with me kind of video. I do have some yarn related things to talk and show and all that stuff, you know. I do have some yarny things to talk to you about. But there's some other stuff and so on and so forth. And I just kind of wanted to sit and chat with y'all, right? You guys are like my friends, you know. I don't call you friends when I open these videos for nothing, right? We're going to sit, we're going to chat, we're going to have a good old time, grab yourself a drink. I sadly don't have anything with me here, weirdly, so invisible cheers to ya, and let's just have some girl talk, okay? So, first of all, to address the big blue elephant in the room, I did do my hair. I did my hair for the concert that I went to this past week. However, this is not the color that I was intending it to be. So, if you, first of all, if you don't want to hear a whole story about my hair, feel free to skip ahead. I will not be mad. But, in case you're ever curious about my hair, the color that I use most often is Manic Panic Amplified in the color Green Envy. That's been my color. That's my natural color, right? That's my color. And it has been, honestly, for like a year and a half, something like that. Like, it's been a while. And while I was perusing the Manic Panic colors, I spotted one that was called Enchanted Forest, right? And I was like, I want to redo my hair so it's fresh and beautiful for the concert, right? That I was going to this past week. And Bestie Lauren, she came over and helped me with it. We bleached and dyed my hair and, you know, had ourselves a fun evening. But the color as it was in the website, and even the name Enchanted Forest suggests green, right? It was even described as a true green. So a deep, dark, rich, like emerald green kind of color. And I was like, ooh, yes, please on that. And then, it's blue. Like... It's maybe a greeny blue. It's like a teal blue, but it is very much blue, right? It is very blue. And I'm not mad at it necessarily. I don't hate it. I like it a lot. It's a pretty color. I don't mind it, but it's not the color I was going for, right? It's not the color I was wanting. So I should have known better than to stray from my Green Envy, my usual natural hair color. But for now, we're keeping it. I mean, of course we're keeping it because, you know, my hair is bleached underneath here too, so it's in there pretty good, right? But I did redo my hair for the concert, which is one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about today that we're going to chit-chat about. I went to a concert on Tuesday this past week. For me, this past week. Last week for you guys. And it was an absolute blast. I have not had fun like that in such a long time. I was living my best life, let me tell you guys. Like, every single person that was at this concert was like someone I immediately felt a kindred spirit with, right? Crazy makeup, crazy clothes, you know, like goths on parade. It was absolutely fantastic. And I can put up over here some pictures or maybe some video without sound. I don't want to get like copyright striked. Don't want one of those on my channel, but I can at least show you video and stuff while I talk or put some pictures up and stuff. It was honestly one of the best shows that I have ever been to, period. And definitely like the best show I have seen, I don't know, maybe in the last 8 years or something, like 10 years even. Fabulous. I was having so much fun. We had seats up in the like balcony, kind of in the upper half of the theater where the venue was. And we weren't in bad seats, I will just say. Hopefully you can see. We didn't have bad seats. But we weren't like down on the floor, down in the front. We were up high and, you know, a little ways back. And I did not sit down. We had seats, but I did not sit down the entire concert. I was jamming and headbanging and like dancing and, you know, like I said, living my best life. And as a result of that, number one, I needed like a good 48 hours after the concert to recover. Maybe I'm getting too old to act like a buffoon at a concert, but like I said, I was having the best time and I needed some time to recover, not only like my sore body, but my voice. I like almost completely lost my voice the next day, the day after. And number two, what was I going to say as number two? I'm too old for concerts. Oh, the other thing is I danced and like headbanged and like lived my best life so much that I was like dripping with sweat. Which also meant that like my ears, the back of my neck, my hands were blue. I was like a Smurf at the end of this concert. It even still is a little bit. It like will not come off my ears, and you know, my pillowcase, for example, when I sleep, that poor thing got dyed blue as well. Which is not something that I really experienced much with the green color, and even the blues that I've had before. It's just this one likes to bleed, I guess. And so even my fingernails, like underneath this shoddy purple nail polish is my fingernails, which are hopelessly dyed blue. This blue. Like, that's why they're painted, because they're like permanently dyed blue. But all that to say, it was such a good time. I had an absolute blast. Me and my girls, we had an awesome time. We had a couple of cocktails and, you know, screamed and sang and danced and had ourselves a wonderful time. Also, with this past week, as of recording this today, yesterday was Easter. And so I also was busy with Easter with the family, you know. I have some little kids in my life. I, of course, have a wonderful family. And so we celebrated and, you know, exchanged gifts. Well, we didn't exchange gifts. The adults didn't exchange gifts. We all had gifts for the little ones, right? And we had dinner and just, like, had a relaxing evening. And it was also very much needed. Family time is necessary time, in my opinion, right? It was so needed and so wonderful, and I had such a good time. My little niece and I sat and played with Play-Doh, which was one of my gifts for her, along with the bunny and, you know, the lovey for the little one and stuff. If you haven't seen my last What Have You Done? Then you don't really know what I'm talking about, but it'll be linked up there somewhere. And, you know, we had a good time playing with Play-Doh, which was one of the other gifts that she got from me. And it was fabulous, but your girl is exhausted. I am so tired between the holiday and the concert and like recovering and then work and just, I am completely exhausted, and that's okay. You know, sometimes we have busy times, and then afterwards is when you can relax and everything. And so, you know, ebb and flow, right? Busy, and then you can be a bump on a log on your sofa, crocheting like a madwoman. And that's the last thing that I'm going to talk to you about today, okay? The last thing is actually yarn related, so hold on one sec here. So, I will direct your attention up there again to another video that I'm going to reference here today, where I did a haul with some vintagey yarn and this. A 80s Afghan knit and crochet book, right? This was a gift to me from my aunt, and that whole story is in the video, so check it out if you want to see it. But the aunt that gave me this is getting married in May, next month. And so I decided to pick up some yarn and pick a pattern out of here and make her a blanket as a wedding gift. And I think I've done it. No. Let me rephrase. I think I've picked a pattern and picked yarn, but I haven't done it yet. The blanket itself, right? I wanted to show you guys, though, the last half of the book is crochet stuff, and the first half is all knit. And I will say it's not even half. It's like kind of 60-40, maybe even 70-30. It is more knit than crochet. For example, oh goodness. I mean, this is an old book. This side is knit, and this side is crochet. I guess they're pretty equal, but there's only a few patterns for crochet. 2 of which are the same, really. They're just like big granny square blankets. But speaking of the big granny square blankets, that's the pattern that I'm going to make for my aunt. Just gotta find it again. Here we are. It is the one that I kept turning to as well in that video, in that haul. It is the quick throw. And show it up to you here. Look at that picture. Oh my goodness. It's just a big old granny square, right? And it's really simple, and I have made blankets like this. You know, I have even made blankets and shown them off here on my channel that are like this. But I'm going to specifically follow this pattern, make this specific blanket. There is also another one called the Stadium blanket, which if I can find it here, I'll show it to you. It's essentially the same thing. I think it maybe uses different yarn, but it is also just a big granny square, just one big granny square. The pattern itself, though, is essentially the same for both of them, which is also kind of a cop-out for the crochet side of this book, I will just say. But one of these is what I'm going to make for my aunt for a wedding present. I'm going to send her a wedding present. And I did pick the yarn for it as well. And so it is Big Twist Living. Hold it. There. Oh, there we go. Big Twist Living. It is the Joanne House brand that is 100% anti-pilling acrylic. I picked this color and this color to go together, which I think make a very nice kind of neutral palette where I don't have to necessarily stripe my own colors through. I can just do a stripe of this and then some stripes of this and so on and so forth, right? The colors are Chinchilla. I have issues with both of these names, just so you know. This is Chinchilla. It is a neutral beige. In my head, chinchillas are gray. Maybe chinchillas can come in this beige color, to be perfectly honest. I am not a chinchilla expert, so I'm not sure. But the color I associate with chinchillas is definitely not a tan. Maybe I'm off. But the other color, the variegated color, is charcoal. which I also have an issue with because charcoal I associate with like blacks and grays, darker, and this is like the chinchilla color is in here. And so I do not think this even looks like charcoal. There is a little bit of gray in there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can kind of see it. It's like gray and cream and like this tan and then a little bit of a darker tan. I don't think chinchilla or charcoal are very accurate names for these. But these yarns are really soft. They're really squishy. They are, like I said, anti-pilling acrylic. They are 199 yards in each, which is surprising for the variegated to have both the same yardage. Not bad. It is machine washable for medium weight worsted weight. Recommends a 4.5 hook or 4.5 to 5 needles for knitting. And yeah, I thought these looked nice together. I'm glad my judgment on them on the Joann's website was correct because I think they're going to look nice. And I think, like I said, in the pattern in here, it sort of recommends to do like several rounds of one color and then several rounds of another and so on. I think I'm just going to swap back and forth between these two and just make her a big granny square throw, as big as I can make with these two yarns, you know. I think I have maybe 7 or 8 skeins of both. So 7 of the charcoal, 7 of the charcoal, 7 of the chinchilla, or 8. It's been a while. I can't really remember how many I bought, but I bought a lot. And I'm just going to go as big as I can with these two, with this pattern, and then fold it up and send it off to her because she lives in another state. She lives in Georgia. She lives quite far away from me. But yeah, other than that, other than the fact that I had the concert and the holiday, I haven't done a whole lot of crocheting. It's been busy. And so now I can actually start on this project maybe. I've also got a couple of other things going. Depending on how I record them and how I upload them and whatnot, you probably will have a movie marquee update this week too. I do have something to show you for that. But otherwise, like, my life has just been kind of craziness. And now I can actually crochet. So when I have some work on this done, maybe I'll show you, or I can at least, I know I'll show you when it's done. I also can say, because I don't think she watches my videos, Allison, if you're watching, you turn this off right now, girl. You hear me? Okay. So one of the lovely ladies I went to the concert with on Tuesday, her name is Allison, obviously. She's having a baby. She just had a gender reveal party this past weekend, and she's having a boy. I am so thrilled for her. I am so excited for her. And I'm going to make her a blanket as well, a little baby blanket. I haven't picked out yarns for that, and I have a pattern in mind that I think I'm going to do that Bestie Lauren and I were like scheming about, you know. But I am going to work on that as well. I'm going to get some yarn and work on that and work on the blanket for my aunt. And also, you know, the movie marquee, the Stitch and Scream, and anything else that comes up. But I didn't have anything else to show you here because I was just busy and tired. So tired. Like I said, man, I'm getting old. I am in the last year of my 30s here, and so maybe I am too old to go buck nutty at a concert. But anyway, all of that babbling just to say I don't have anything particularly exciting to share with you today, but I did want to share about the concert and about my idea for that blanket for my aunt and my blue hair that should be green but is actually very much blue. And so thank you so much for joining me here for a little chit chat, for chit chat between girlfriends, you know, and boyfriends, and you know, all the friends, right? And so thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for giving me a thumbs up, and thank you so much for subscribing today. I really appreciate it. We are inching closer to 400 friends here, which absolutely blows my mind. So if you'd like to join us, we would love to have you here. And until I've got something else, thank you for watching. Take care. Goodbye.